Hey everybody, welcome back to Whizbit's Random Gaming, and today we're checking out the CEX in Harlow. Now this one I've never been to before, but my kids are heading down to a wrestling show, so I'm going to be taking the time whilst mum takes him to the wrestling. Normally I would go, but I wanted to take the time, take a look around the town and also check out their CEX. Straight away we've got a great little game here, Killer 7 on the GameCube. £38, but yet it's only £12 on the PlayStation 2. Never can quite understand that Nintendo tax. Now, I don't really know a great deal about Pokemon, but that's an expensive DS game right there. I'm sure some of you guys in the comments might let me know how rare that Pokemon variant is. Now, I've always been a little bit baffled by this mini Nintendo Wii. It's got so many features lacking. I just don't understand the need or why they even thought about releasing it. I guess they maybe wanted to just keep the Wii in production, but obviously where it probably slowed down in sales, maybe reducing the cost of production. Nice Gran Turismo PS4 control pad we've just seen there, and an N64, and this is something you don't see too often in CEX, 8-bit those stuff. Now I was umming and ahhing about this one today, F-Zero GX on the GameCube. I said recently I'd like to pick up some more GameCube stuff, and that's one title I wouldn't mind having in the collection. Now £40 for this Nitro deck, and it's in the limited edition GameCube colours. I can't recommend those things highly enough. They're really good to use. The Namco PS1 pad there at £28. There's a big Dreamcast heavy hitter right there. Project Justice, £160, and it looks in really good condition. I don't trust Dreamcast jewel cases in the slightest though. Mario 2 there at £30 on the original NES, not in terrible condition until you look at the top left hand corner, but considering the age of the game, it's not that bad. Xbox Crystal there, I've got one of those myself, managed to pick it up considerably cheaper than that one. Resident Evil Outbreak Files on the PS2, I was going to pick that one up and I completely forgot, got a bit overwhelmed whilst I was shopping inside, and I never went back for it. Lesson learned, hopefully it's still there in the near future, as it's a game I do need to pick up, as I'd like to have a variant of each Resident Evil game at some stage. Now Steam Decks are everywhere. There was a time I was contemplating picking up something along the lines of a Steam Deck, but there's so many options out there now, all of a similar nature, that I've given up. I don't want to buy one anymore. I'm very much confused as to what to buy. I'll stick with what I know. Now I'm seeing a lot more of these aviator type joysticks in CEXs. It seems to me that they take them, but I don't see them selling. Whenever I go back to CEXs, in particular my locals, they're always still there. Right, let's have a look at the PlayStation 3 section and see what they've got to offer today. Pretty good varied selection here, lots of fodder. A couple like this, backbreaker that you don't see out and about too often. I don't really like American football though, so it would probably be a bit of a waste of money for myself to be picking that one up. Even though it is, I'm not going to say it's rare, but it's an uncommon game to see on the shelf. Now there's a game coming up here. I thought this was a lot more expensive than what it seems to be here. Only £20. Sly Cooper on the PS3. Bit of buyer's regret on this one actually. At £20, I think I should have took advantage of that. Definitely one to consider moving forward. I might have to go back and see if that one is still in stock early into the new year. Yeah, I get enough of that at home, thank you. I'm not going to pay £1.50 for the privilege of a truth and lies argument. Right, let's head on over to the Nintendo Wii. And this is one of those branches that puts the Wii and the Wii U stuff all together. It's happening a lot more, and I understand why they do it, because a lot of branches don't have too much Wii U stuff in stock. However, the Harlow branch had a fair few Wii U titles, so it was a little bit frustrating to say the least. Even more so for myself now, as I'm going for a full Wii U set. So, you know, it makes digging out those titles that are harder to find a little bit more aggravating for myself. Now here's another Wii U title that I do need. Paper Mario Color Splash. You see it fairly often, to be honest with you, so I'm not in no rush to pick that one up, to be honest with you. I don't get on with RPG type games anyway, so I'm probably going to regret it. Knowing me, when I go to buy it, it'll probably be completely sold out everywhere. Now this is one that I need, and look, cover reprint. Yeah, thanks for that. Now, during the Nintendo Wii era, I think every celebrity, minor celebrity at that, got their own game. We've got Robbie Williams, we've got Alan Hansen, we've got Keith Chegwin, Noel Edmonds. They all got their game. And look, even Vernon Kay got his own Family Fortunes game on the Nintendo Wii. I'm going to put this out there. I'm challenging someone to go for the subset of minor celebrities Nintendo Wii games. And no, I'm not going to do it. If there's anyone out there that's got that full subset, please let me know. You're a better man than me. Now, I know I've got one of the Call of Duty games on the Wii U. I can't recall what one. I don't think it's Ghosts, but I'm not going to take a risk today and take one home that I probably have already got. I'll probably make that mistake. Now, this is a fantastic game, a lovely bit of Nintendo cardboard as well, and at £3, if you see this one out and about, I highly recommend you pick it up. It's a really good game. Now, I don't actually have the Godfather variant on the Wii. I'm sure it's only going to be... Oh, what? Look, even Brando looks vexed, having cover reprinted above his immortal head. Now, it's called the Black Hand Edition. I'm guessing it's just the same game, but with motion controls. If that's the case, please let me know in the comments. I wouldn't mind having it in the collection. I really enjoyed the Godfather movies. I like the IP, and to be honest with you, I really enjoyed the first game as well. Haven't played the second one long enough to really give it my viewpoint. That's something I'm probably going to need to revisit in the near future. Now, as you can see today, they do have quite a solid selection of Wii U stuff. So I don't quite understand why this particular branch put them all together. When you've only got 3 or 4 games, maybe 5, 6, then yeah, maybe integrate them with the Wii stuff. But Harlow today, they had a fair selection of Wii U stuff. I don't think there was any need for it. So let's check out what we've got on the PlayStation 2 in this particular branch. Pretty big selection, if I'm honest. Not the biggest I've ever seen. However, in recent months, I have been to a few branches that have got considerably less than what I saw on offer here today. So we've got a fairly decent selection of PlayStation portable stuff here. And look, PSP cardboard. Don't see that every day. And believe it or not, this is a fairly large PS Vita section for a CEX. It really is. Oh. What's this lone game here? Beverly Hills Cop. And now I love the cover of this, and I love the fact that Eddie Murphy has been removed from the cover, as they know full well they weren't getting away with that. Now that game is meant to be notoriously terrible, but I've wanted it in the collection for a while. I kind of like the IP. I like the artwork on the cover, and it might make for a comedic video down the line playing it if it's really as bad as it's made out to be. Now we're starting to see a fair few copies of Alan Wake 2 in CEX now everywhere I go, and that's across the board on the Xbox and the PlayStation 5. I really would like that game. I'm not prepared to drop £50 on it, if I'm honest with you. I haven't finished Alan Wake 1, so I think I really need to finish that game before I consider playing the second one. Hopefully by that time it'll be at a more reasonable price, as yeah, I'm tight. Now here's another one, gaming regret. I didn't purchase this. I had it in my hand and I put it down. Yeah, should have picked that one up. Don't see it too often. It's a little bit more expensive on the PlayStation 2, and I really enjoy the OG Xbox, so I would have preferred to pick it up on that system. Yeah, mistake made on that one. I'll have to go back. Right, let's check out the Xbox 360 section. Truth be told, not much going on here other than your bog standard 360 titles that you've either already probably got or you don't want in your collection. Pretty disappointing, to be honest with you. I'm looking for a select few games on the 360 at this stage of my journey, and yeah, there was nothing hidden or scattered around here today that caught my eye. Speaking of the OG Xbox, let's see what they've got in here, and a pretty good selection. Now this is one I do want to pick up, RoboCop. I'm starting to see it in a lot more shops, but it's quite highly priced at £38, and I know it's nowhere near as good as the more recent RoboCop game. I think that's kind of what prevents me from paying that price on it. Nevertheless, it is one that I want in the collection, and at some point I'm gonna buy it. Now, the State of Decay series, I've never actually tried any of those games out. If you guys could let me know in the comments what you think about that particular franchise. Something I wouldn't mind looking into, to be honest with you. It kind of intrigues me. Now, admittedly, I've been buying a lot more on the PlayStation 5 in recent months than I have ever since the console was initially released. But nothing really here today that took my interest. Yeah, there's a few games I wouldn't mind playing, but purchasing per se for the price that they're advertised at, not so much. Now, like with most CEXs, and understandably so, the PlayStation 4 has got an immense, huge section. And the reason for that is we all know it's sold so well, and it's almost like current gen. I mean, is there that much of a difference between generations, between the PS4 and the PS5 to your casual, average gamer? I'm going to say no. Now, I'm sure I'll get some hate in the comments for that, but I'm talking about your casual gamer, your average person that just picks up the control pad and plays. Not someone that knows the real difference of 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second. That's not the audience I'm talking about here today. Now, that guy saw I was filming, had a little smirk on his face when he done that. Cheers, pal. Now, I don't really like F1 games, but this steelbook looks really nice. However, when I looked at it in more detail, there's a lot of rust around the hinges and on the actual cover itself. I don't think that comes across in the video so well looking back at it, but considering it's not really a franchise I care for, no matter how much I like the steelbook, if it's not in that great condition, I'm probably going to pass like I did today. Now that is false advertising at its best, the ultimate party. It's not, it's really not. Now the Nintendo Switch section was pretty empty, to be honest with you, and I've found out over the last few years that just before Christmas and just thereafter in CEX branches, the Switch seems to be the console that must sell software the most, because the shelves get drained, and that looks to have been the case here. It looks like they've got some games here, but you can see big empty stacks on their shelves where normally they would have an abundance of titles. Right, let's go and check out the glass cabinets, see what hardware they've got in there, and any sort of retro kind of items, whether it be games or consoles. Now, what in the name of an Aldi's knockoff chocolate bar is that contraption? Didn't look too appealing at all, that control pad. Got a PS4 fight pad there. Didn't really like the look of that. I like collecting those sort of things really, but not today. Project Zero on the PlayStation 2. I've got that on the OG Xbox. Is there any difference between the two games? I've got no idea. We've got Pain there on the PlayStation 3. I wouldn't mind having that game. It seems to be steadily going up in price, but wasn't on my list of games to buy today. As you can see, we've got the Spider-Man series of games, all quite expensive now, and a nice copy of Lollipop Chainsaw on the PS3 there. We've got a few random PlayStation 1 tiles and a nice PlayStation 1 attachable screen. We've got Coraline there on the Wii. Can't quite see what the price of that is. I do know it's a very expensive game on the PlayStation 2 though. Project Zero on the Wii U. Now that's one I'm going to have to buy at some point. Today wasn't the day though, but I know a few shops that have got it in stock, and I know a few people that are willing to sell, so I don't think I'll have much trouble with that when the time is right. Now, I know I've said it recently that I need to pick up some GameCube games, and they had a really good selection here, as you can see. It kind of got the look that a collector has come in and just pretty much sold the majority of his collection off, as they was in all good condition. Wasn't a great deal that I thought about purchasing today, but the Godzilla game I did and ah about. But I want to have a look at that a little bit more before I make that purchase. It does, however, look like a fun game. Always nice to see the Evercade represented in CEX. And some Mega Drive games here in amongst some Master System games as well. Nothing that caught my eye, even though I've been recently gifted a Sega Master System and I am looking to add some select titles to the collection. Anyway, let's check out my pickups from today. I ended up buying that Beverly Hills Cop game. I'm probably going to regret it down the line, but it was really clean. Like I say, I love the franchise, and yeah, it was only £5. We got Zombie Vikings on the PlayStation 4, a game I've actively been looking for, and you never see it out and around. So I was really pleased to find this one today. I've got it on the Xbox, but only on digital, and yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Now another one for the Wii U collection as well, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Quite a good game, I'm led to believe. I'm going to have to check it out. Not sure if it's my cup of tea. Anyway everyone, that was the Harlow branch of CEX. Not a bad shop all in all. Quite enjoyed it. It's quite tidy in there. Staff are really friendly, and yeah, they had some really good stock. Let me know what you guys think of that particular branch. Is there anything you saw today that you think that I should have picked up? Let me know in the comments below. Until the next time, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.